for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network.
I need your help to get to the year 1985.
You're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Good evening, Fade to Black. Bespoke radio for the masses. Yeah, man. How you doing? Today's Thursday, July 7th, 2022. It's Fadernight. Let's do this, man. I would like to welcome everybody listening all around the world, all across the United States. Hither and thither, to and fro, back and forth, up and down, east and west, north and south, far and near. This is Fade to Black for KJCR, the Game Changer, and NX Networks. Race Hobbs. I am your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking, everybody? How you doing? Here we go. Wrapping up another week here on Fade to Black tonight. As always, it's Thursday. It's Fader Night with open lines all night long. Call-in numbers are 818-921-6929 or 323-275-9695. Coming up at the bottom of the hour, our new sponsor here at the show, United Gold Group, Alan Johnson, is going to be with us. Very excited about this conversation and introducing Alan to all of you. You've heard the commercials. They are running. The links for United Gold Group are in the description box below. They're over on our website. We've got them throughout social media. Reaching out to Alan directly is easy, and Alan is going to be visiting with us for the first time at the bottom of the hour, so stand by for that. He's one of us, kids. Yeah, he's a cool guy. So Alan's going to be with us in about 25 minutes. And now, I've been talking about this all week. This is really, really cool. Right now, you can get your free membership. Free membership. Right now to the UnX Network. All you've got to go to is unxnetwork.com and a bunch of cool stuff, right? Check this out. You get the monthly newsletter. You get blog access. You get event notices. You get a free digital copy of their quarterly magazine. You get discount to live events like their event that's coming up next month in Cape Girardeau. Okay, so go and get your free membership right now. It's all easy to do. unxnetwork.com. And the links are in the video description box below. They're over on our website. We've got it throughout social media. unxnetwork.com. Race Hobbs. Go and do it. All of our sponsors, everything is over on our website, jimmychurchradio.com. Visit all of our sponsors. We've got them in the video description box below. We've got them throughout social media. Visit our sponsors. All of them are great. They support the show, and they love the Fadernauts. Remember that. You can follow me on Twitter right now at jchurchradio. Follow me over there on Twitter and enjoy my social media ranting. You can do that over on Twitter. Also, I keep talking about this, and I tried to make it so low key, my little thing, but I'm having fun with it. Go and follow me over on Instagram at Jimmy Church Radio. All right. Oh, man. A couple of things. The Sandbox is hashtag F2B on Twitter. We don't bite. Come and hang out with us over there. And, of course, Cinnamon Bolts. What is this? Oh, man, here you go. If you like Superman cereal last week, you'll love the new Flash and his lightning bolts. So now we've got Captain Crunch, Flash, Cinnamon Bolts. I can't believe that. Is that real? I mean, seriously, man, that is now is Flash Marvel? No, that's DC, right? I don't know the difference. I don't know who is who. So I guess DC is trying to take over the cereal world. So there you go. Look at Olivia. I love that gif, Olivia. Ken Priest, man. Ken Priest causing trouble before the show starts. All right. It is open lines tonight. The Sandbox is hashtag F2B on Twitter. That's why I was just reading from Twitter. If you want to check that out, follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. And now, what was I going to say? I'm 58. I don't feel 58. I still feel like I did when I was 25, 30. I got the same mindset. It's strange to me to say that. But I've been working out, and I got to tell you, man, I'm sore today, man. I went overboard, and in my little home gym, I've got a TV in there, and I'm getting sucked into the Umbrella Academy, and and the next thing you know, you spend 30 minutes on an exercise bike that, honestly, 5 minutes tops. 5 minutes. That should be the limit. It should just lock up. You shouldn't be allowed to, and it's free weights and things, and you got the TV, and the time goes, and the next thing you know, my 58-year-old body's going, man. What I got to figure out, I think this is the next move for the home gym. I think I'm going to market this. I need a martini bar in there. There's got to be a way in a home gym to do chilled shots of tequila or vodka, and then that right? Am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong. So I've got to think about that and how I'm going to incorporate that into the home gym. Then it's not going to be so bad. Let's get to the breaking news. Very, very sad news today. One of my favorites, one of everybody's favorites, James Caan, who played Sonny Corleone in The Godfather, has died. He was 82 years old. Mr. Caan, also known as Jimmy, starred in one of my favorite films of all time, Honeymoon in Vegas. Also starred in Elf. He was great in Misery. Right? And how about Funny Lady? 82 years old, James Caan. There you go, man. Left this earth today. All right. I had to get that out of the way. I just finished, if you haven't watched the TV series The Offer, you've got to check that out, about the making of The Godfather. It's just fantastic. And Dan Fogler stars in the movie. And Dan Fogler, of course, was a guest here on Fade to Black, and he's just amazing. And he's really, really good. Plays Francis Ford Coppola in The Offer. And so you go through that, and there's Sonny, there's everybody, right, in the series. And then today, Sonny departs this earth, James Caan. All right. I'm a big Godfather. Godfather 1, Godfather 2. I can flip a coin. Godfather 3, in its own way, was pretty good too. All right. Check this out. Severe weather swept through South Dakota on Tuesday, and residents around Sioux Falls witnessed a hauntingly rare phenomenon: a green sky. You should see the images. It's insane. Yes, the sky was green. It was the green, the color of the sky before aliens arrive in a sci-fi movie. You know what I'm talking about. Or when the Wicked Witch of the West, Dorothy, her little dog, Wizard of Oz. You know what I'm talking about? That's what they saw. The National Weather Service confirmed that a Derico barreled through much of South Dakota as well as Minnesota and Iowa over Tuesday, leaving thousands without power for hours after the destructive, long-lasting windstorm. Green skies. I couldn't believe I was looking at those pictures. That was absolutely insane. All right. An amateur astronomer. Now, check this out. Especially after my show, Aliens and Exoplanets, on Monday night. Listen to this. An amateur, and I also announced, if you remember, I announced Zooniverse. And I told all of you Fadernauts to go and start doing this. Well, check this out. Maybe I'll do breaking news about you. Because an amateur astronomer has spotted 34 paired-off failed stars in Zooniverse's Brown Dwarf project. Zooniverse's Backyard Worlds Planet 9 project focuses on spotting brown dwarfs. And it was within that project that amateur astronomer Frank Kiwi spotted the new discoveries. Kiwi was pouring through a catalog of 4 billion celestial objects in the National Science Foundation's NOAA Lab, National Optical Infrared Astronomy Research Laboratory, their source catalog DR2, looking for objects that share the same color as brown dwarfs. Kiwi's work uncovered 2,500 potential such ultra-cool dwarfs. A further search of the catalog for objects that may orbit a companion detected 34 such binary star systems. In each system, the ultra-cool dwarf is joined by a white dwarf, the stellar core that remains after a sun-like star runs out of gas. Fuel. You know what I mean. Absolutely incredible discovery. All right. Some of the key now, okay, let's go back to my aliens and exoplanets presentation on Monday. And I talk about this stuff all the time. And sometimes I don't think some of you are truly absorbing the information that I give you. So listen to this. This is breaking news. Some of the key building blocks of life, known as nitriles, have been detected by scientists at the heart of our Milky Way galaxy. They were spotted in a molecular cloud of gas and dust by a team of international researchers using 2 telescopes in Spain. Nitriles are important building blocks for RNA, a DNA-like nucleic acid present in all living cells. Experts said their discovery suggests that the nitriles are among the most abundant chemical families in the universe, lending support to the RNA world theory of the origin of life. This suggests life on Earth was originally based on RNA and arrived here from the universe. RNA can fulfill both of their functions, storing and copying information like DNA and causing reactions like enzymes. And this is big news. Well, Elon Musk is back in the news. Elon Musk, SpaceX, hit a new milestone today. The company has now reflown its Falcon 9 rocket, check this, 100 times. Falcon 9 B1058-13 took off today at 9:15 a.m. and landed back on Earth about 8.5 minutes later. The rocket's main mission was to deliver a new batch of 53 Starlink internet satellites in low Earth orbit, and it did so successfully, by the way. This is also the 13th time B1058-13 has been reused. I find that absolutely remarkable. All right. Well, here we go. It's about to go down, folks. After a half a year of in-space commissioning work, NASA will release the first science images from the James Webb Space Observatory next week on July 12th. The main image release event will take place on Tuesday, July 12th at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, 7:30 a.m. Pacific Time. You can watch everything at space.com, courtesy of NASA, or directly through NASA's website. Now, this is a 2-day event because additional events will take place later in the day on July 12th and continue throughout the day on July 13th. Next Tuesday and Wednesday, it is going down. Let's get this show cracking. On this day in history, 2005, terrorists attacked London transit system at rush hour when bombs are detonated in 3 crowded London subways and 1 bus during the peak of the city's rush hour. On this day in 2005. Fader fact. All right. You know that story of Jonah, right? Is it mythical? Is it urban legend, urban myth? Is it just a story? Is it just a tale? A fable, right? Is it? Or is it a fader fact? Are you ready? In June 2021, last year, a lobster diver off of the coast of Provincetown, Massachusetts, was swallowed by a humpback whale. That's right. Michael Pickard, some call him Packard, was trapped in its mouth for nearly a minute before being belched out. He had a couple of injuries. Lived to tell the tale. Right? Think about that. You should hear him tell the story. He's in the mouth of the whale. He could feel the muscles closing down on him. He thought it was a great white shark. He didn't know what happened, but there was no teeth. Nothing was munching on him, just the muscles. And he had scuba gear on, tank, thing, fit, the whole thing, right? The whole thing. He's in there, and then all of a sudden, blah, and then he sees daylight. It's the craziest story ever. And that is your fader fact. Michael Packard, look it up. You got to watch the video of him telling the story. It's crazy. And it's a fact. Really happened. There you go. Witnesses. Lobster boat. You know what I'm talking about. All right. Tonight is another Fader night with open lines all night long. At the bottom of the hour, United Gold Group's Alan Johnson, our newest sponsor. Very happy to have Alan finally here with us. He's going to be joining us at the bottom of the hour, so stay tuned. And there you go. Now, River Moon Coffee. Love my sponsors. Love my job. This is great. I got you Fader knots. I got open lines all night. I've got amazing coffee. And there you go. Fade to Black blend. River Moon Coffee. My picture's right there on the cover. Just like this. on the bag. Right? Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Fade to Black blend. J Church, Triscale. I don't know Triscale sippy cup for a martini. Can't find a wet bar for a bicycle. That's from Philip Daniels right there on Twitter. Yeah, I got to figure that out. Chilled vodka shots, tequila, in the home gym. I'm just saying. It would make it enjoyable. Umbrella Academy. I don't know if you guys have been watching that, but listen, I really need to share some more knowledge with you tonight before I bring Alan on. And I have studied, researched, and read so much, and I can't tell you that how I just sit here and I think, right? All I got to do is start typing, and then something comes up, and I'm like, why, right? And I can just go. I can just write. I can just talk. It's easy. And it wasn't like this for me 20, 30 years ago. I mean, I thought I was researched. I thought I knew things. I thought I read a lot and documentaries and books and things, but it's crazy. And I'm going to share this with you. All right? I should almost switch over to I'm just going to watch the reaction to everybody as I say what I am about to say. Yeah, I think it's the way to do it. Okay, I've got comments up. I've got Twitter up. All right. Have you ever heard of planet Vulcan? I'm going to leave that right there. I'm going to watch the comments start popping in. Of course. Right? Planet Vulcan. Have you ever heard of planet Vulcan? Not Star Trek, and I know that's where you're going. Of course. Absolute Spock. No. I'm talking about our planet Vulcan. Seriously. Jessica Rodriguez just said Star Wars. No, wrong. Planet Vulcan. Okay. Listen to this. Vulcan was a planet that I'm going to say hundreds of pre-20th century astronomers thought existed in an orbit between Mercury and the sun. That's right. Speculation about and even purported observations of a planet or bodies of planets date back to the beginning of the 17th century. Now, the case for their probable existence was bolstered. And I'm talking about the New York Times is involved, astronomers involved, sightings, multiple projects going to observe this. We had different celestial events that are happening. We had solar eclipses, which were blocking it out and observing, right? It was crazy. French mathematician Urbain Le Verrier, who by 1859 had confirmed these strange observations in Mercury's orbit and predicted they had to have been the result of gravitational influences of another unknown nearby planet next to, in between Mercury and the sun. A French amateur astronomer's report that said that he had observed an object passing in front of the sun that same year led Le Verrier to announce that the long sought-after planet, which he gave the name Vulcan, had been discovered at last. I'm talking about hysteria. Everybody was looking for it. And here's the deal. It was named Vulcan. Some astronomers were looking at the sun and seeing sunspots, but they thought that was a planet, moving across the sun. There were groups of people. Now, this went on for years. This wasn't just like once or twice or for a summer. This went on forever. There were groups of people that were getting together with testimony, talking to the press, saying, look, we saw it with the naked eye. And we had other people that were there with us with telescopes. They observed it. We all saw it together. Vulcan is real. And this went on and on and on. We had another planet, and it was called Vulcan. This is one of the craziest stories like ever. So I get this book, and I had heard about Vulcan and the search for Vulcan about it's probably 25 years ago. And you always think of Star Trek. Just recently, a book was published, which I have, and I've been reading it, called The Search for Planet Vulcan. And there's a subtitle to it about Albert Einstein. All of this continued until 1905, when Einstein published Relativity. And once that paper published, it squashed the gravitational aspects and the peculiar, the strangeness, I should say, of the orbit of Mercury. And then, it was around 1903. Of course, Einstein published in 1905. It was around 1903. There was another series of observations that were set up around another eclipse. And it was going across the center of the United States and Wyoming area, where it was going to have a clear view. It was going to end by the time it got around the Gulf of Mexico. But anyway, so astronomers from around the world, the best from the United Kingdom, the best from France, across the United States, the Navy's best astronomer, they all converged on Wyoming. They set up camp. They even had a train that happened to be the train track ran in the same direction as the eclipse. But they had dudes on top of this train with telescopes and following the eclipse, because the eclipse is going to last for about 3 minutes, the full eclipse, right? But if you're in a train, you can keep this up. Everybody observed, no Vulcan. And a few of the leading astronomers around the world said, well, we can officially say it's just Mercury. There is no planet Vulcan. And the story stopped. And then 2 years later, Einstein comes out with Relativity, and that was the end of that. But I bet you didn't know that. And for 60 years, we had another planet up there. And people insisted that they saw it. It's an incredible story. And you should get the book, The Search for Planet Vulcan. That's incredible. But if you just want a fun rabbit hole to go down, go look for the mythological Vulcan or The Search for Planet Vulcan. Go and check it out. It's an incredible story. All right. I need to take my break right here. And when I come back, United Gold Group's Alan Johnson is joining us for the first time. It's going to be a great conversation. Stay put. And then at the top of the hour, taking your phone calls. All right. It's Fadernight. It's open lines all night long. I'm your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer and UnX Networks, Race Hobbs. I am your host, Jimmy Church. This is Fade to Black. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
This is Nicole Church, daughter of you-know-who, and you're listening to Fade to Black on JimmyChurchRadio.com and the Game Changer Network.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks the net.
When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Yes, Rivermoon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black Blend from River Moon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can get our podcast for just $2 per month. All you have to do is click on the podcast banner over at jimmychurchradio.com. Hello, Fadernauts. Jimmy Church here. You've seen me with my Thunderstorm. Now you can purify the air in your home and get healthy, clean, fresh-smelling air and eliminate odors just like I do right here in the bunker. The EdenPURE Thunderstorm uses oxy technology that naturally sends out O3 molecules into the air, which seek out odors and air pollutants in your home and destroys them. It's called a thunderstorm because it purifies the air just like after a thunderstorm. And right now, you can save $200 on an EdenPURE Thunderstorm 3-pack for whole home protection. With this special offer, you're getting 3 units for under $200. Seriously. Go to EdenPureDeals.com and use Fader3. Shipping is free and it's easy. Just scroll down. You'll see my name right there, Jimmy Church. Click on it and get your deal today. That's EdenPureDeals.com.
Do you have an interest in the paranormal? Then you'll love the unxnetwork.com. The X is your streaming audio and video for everything supernatural, strange, and mysterious, like UFOs, Bigfoot, ghosts, and so much more. From hosts like Jimmy Church, Whitley Strieber, Micah Hanks, and Christina Gomez. Visit the unxnetwork.com show page for a complete list of all the paranormal programs you'll find on the X. Be sure to follow us on Twitter for updates at KUNXDB. Follow our Facebook group, UnX Network. Find the podcast on Spotify, iHeart, Audible, and Apple Podcast. It's time.
It's new.
It's the X.
Right now, the world couldn't be more chaotic. History shows us what gold does when the world goes crazy. It goes up in value. Right now, we're in unprecedented times. The pandemic, the war in Ukraine, the devaluation of the U.S. dollar. Gold and other precious metals are a defense measure against the hyperinflation that's happening right now. So, what can you do to protect yourself? Call my friend Alan Johnson at United Gold Group. He's dedicated to helping people secure their retirement income. He'll help you with gold, with silver, and other precious metals, and show you how to set up your own self-directed IRA. Safe and secure, United Gold Group makes gold ownership easy and affordable. There couldn't be a better time, so call now and get a silver American Eagle proof set with a qualified IRA. Call 800-753-8534. That's 800-753-8534 or visit UnitedGoldGroup.com. Reach out to my friend, Alan Johnson.
9 out of 10 geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
What's up? I'm Chris. What up? This is Caan, and you're listening to Jimmy Church Radio.
All right, welcome back. Fade to Black. I'm your Jimmy Church. Tonight is Thursday. It's open lines. It's Fadernight. We're going to open up the lines at the top of the hour. I love hanging out with all of you. But we have a new sponsor here on Fade to Black, and it is United Gold Group. I'm very happy and very proud to introduce to all of you Alan Johnson from United Gold Group. Now, here's the deal. Normally we run video, As you can see, tonight you get to see Alan's picture because Alan is just coming in via audio. Alan, welcome to the program, man. How are you?
Hey. And this will be the last time I'll do audio. Next time I'll come video-wise.
It was so funny, everybody, as we were getting set up today. You could see this is a picture of Alan at in his little radio studio. But he's a Mac guy. And so we were all good to go. I said, wait a minute, you can't use Mac. And so the next thing was like, okay, before we go and start swapping out computers at Alan's offices, let's just worry about that next time, and we'll be running video. But welcome, Alan. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. And yeah, and we got like, for all the brokers on the floor and everything, all the traders on the floor, we got like 30-something Macs in here. So got to get a PC.
Yeah, got to get a PC. I've got one lying around. Maybe. See, okay, I'll tell you what. I'll make a deal.
Yeah.
I'll come by your offices. You're in my hood, right? I'll come by the offices. I'll bring you a nice laptop, really nice, right? Gaming laptop, new. And then when I leave the office and you're missing a few gold bars, you just look the other way. That's all.
Yeah, we can do that. We can arrange something like that.
Now, this is we've been running your commercials for a while now. This is the first time that you've been on the show with us, and I'm always interested in the future, and I've been excited about what you guys do over there. Now, we've got a lot of mutual friends, okay, and the things that they have said about you, which I'm going to talk about in just a second. It was something I couldn't wait to get you on to the show. Now, I just want to say this. I don't want to get into specifics, but you're one of us, right? You're one of us. You are one of us, and it
started when I was young.
The story, I don't know if we want, would you freak out if you shared the story?
No, not at all. In fact, listen, I'll tell you, when I was 8 years old, and that was a long time ago.
Right.
8 years old, there was, and I was, by the way, I was raised in Iowa, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. There was a company called Collins Radio, which is now owned by Rockwell. And Collins Radio had a lot to do with like communication with the spaceships going up to the moon and different things like that. And it was very like, we're talking, they started in 1933s, but this was like in 1968 when this happened to me. So I was 8 years old, and it was the bizarrest thing. We were all playing. There was a bunch of us kids, and we're all playing this game called Dirty Green Worm. And I was like, okay, 1, 2. It's like hide and seek. 1, 2, 3, and a dirty green worm. Anyway, I'm out looking around, and I look. And by the way, my aunt and uncles, that's where we're at. They had this home right across the street from this mammoth Collins Radio, and they had this house all out there by itself on all these acres of land. Anyway, long story short, I'm looking down the highway. Now, I'm not asleep. I'm not dreaming. This is what I really saw. And I literally saw something that I can't even explain. It was a robot-looking type thing that was walking down the highway. And I remember running in the house and saying, there's an alien, there's an alien. And we all went outside and looked, and there was nothing. Nobody else saw it but me. So, that, and I haven't seen one since, but I saw it then.
Now, and when you, let me ask you this. We've got to talk about United Gold Group, but when you have an experience like that, do you talk about that later on in life? Do you bring it up at a party, or is this something that you just kind of keep to yourself?
No, I actually have talked to other people about it. Not only am I a trader, an entrepreneur in gold and, precious metals, but I'm also a hypnotherapist, and I'm board certified throughout the United States. We can talk about that some other time, but I'm board certified throughout the United States. And so, I've done a lot with myself in that, and I've done a lot of other things with other people, and going back into different things. And you'd be surprised. There is a definite source out there. And, I do a lot of things myself personally, and I want to get away from everything, but I do a lot with sounds. I'm a big sound guy. I didn't tell you that earlier, but I do a lot with sound.
And
I can tune in anytime.
Yeah, it was funny. You brought up my guitars earlier.
Yeah, no, I can literally just stop right now, tune in, and I can hear vibrations, different things, because I've taught myself these things. But I think it has a lot to do with what I maybe saw when I was a child.
Yeah, everything is connected, Alan. Everything is
absolutely
connected, including our relationship and United Gold Group with our radio family. Everything happens for a reason. That's it. And when a synchronicity, like you and I, happens, you need to do something about it. I think that too many people, and too many people ignore synchronicities, and they just choose to cruise through life. And no, the universe is beautiful. Just keep your eyes open and enjoy the moment. And that's what I try to do here on this show. Now let's talk about United Gold Group for a second. What is the difference, Alan, for what you do as a service and a service to others, of course, versus a typical IRA for people that are just doing deductions every week?
Yeah, that's a good one. So, where we pride ourselves is we are a full service company. So we not only help people purchase actual physical gold and silver. And by the way, we don't do it at a retail level. We do it at a wholesale level. So we're more like on the wholesale side. And then what we do to compete with the retailers out there is we offer our clients, through our partnership with a custodian that has over $3 billion in assets at Vanna, we actually help individuals get into a IRA that allows them to actually purchase physical gold and silver. So what that does for them is when the market goes sideways and they lose 30, 40 or more % in their retirement or in their IRAs or in their broke, they have a way that they can literally fall back on something. And that's why I actually got into gold, Jimmy, is because of the store of value, what it actually does. And I understand you're a big gold and silver guy too.
I am, and I started off collecting coins, and so I understand numismatic values, and and different types of coins and so forth. I mean, it started off when you're a kid, and you look at your first Krugerrand.
Yeah.
And you have this fascination with it. And then, you can look at the Canadian coins and the British coin. The United States has their gold coins too as well. And I just love that aspect to it. So I know it's gold, I know it's silver, I know it's platinum, but I also enjoy looking at the artistry of coins and what they represent. But there's something else that's pretty appealing too about just a bar of gold, right?
Oh, there's some pretty cool ones out there with aliens on them, and you ought to see some of the stuff out there. It's really, really cool. Some of these private mints, and they're investment grade as well. But let me point on something that a lot of the number one question is, somebody asked me, well, can I take a gold coin and go to the grocery store? And I tell people this: look, the notion that gold carries monetary value, it's always been widely accepted, even back in the ancient times. And for the most part, the principle has always worked in practice. And during Roman times, for example, 1 ounce of gold, Jimmy, was enough to buy one toga and accessories. And today, that same amount of gold can actually buy a tailored suit or wedding dress. So the point I'm making here is the prospective value that's placed on gold is actually what draws investors into the metal. And throughout history, we tend to hoard gold, or people tend to hoard gold when their traditional money or their currencies are losing value. And that's because they realize that the metal is such more durable and it can be exchanged for more value later on.
Now, the one thing, and I'm always looking at the markets and information and looking at graphs and I just love that. And you can look and go back and look at the dips of the stock market, I can tell you right now, and a couple of IRA accounts that I have, a couple of times in the last 25 years went to nothing, right? Right? You have that heart attack. And then you go and you look at gold, and gold is just steady. And it doesn't have those fluctuations, does it?
No, let me touch on that. Gold is viewed as the ideal hedge against inflation, and its value tends to rise with the price of goods. And this is because our fiat currency loses its purchasing power when things become more expensive. And then what happens is gold, like you were just saying, it tends to be priced in those currency units. And if we look back, I'll give you a scenario. Let's look back, say 50 years ago, gold prices have kept up with inflation, and the metal's purchasing power has increased accordingly, while the US dollar loses its value and its purchasing power. Now, I've been saying on a lot of different shows out there, I've been saying, look, many governments, including the United States, they go so far as to create inflation. This didn't just happen. They created this. And by creating inflation, that is a key factor for them to help them to depreciate our debt and help destroy the value of our dollar. And I'll give you an example. In 1930, 1/100th of an ounce could buy you 2.5 loaves of bread. And $1 would fetch you 11 loaves of bread. Now, if we fast forward that to where we are right now in this day and time, 1/100th of an ounce can buy you 8.5 loaves of bread, but $1 is only going to fetch you about half a loaf of bread. So what that tells us is that means that gold has more or less kept up with the pace with the price of bread over that period, while the US dollar has eroded.
Now, what is you said physical a couple of times, and so what does that actually mean? If somebody makes an investment, would they receive like gold in the mail and they stash it in their mattress?
Well, you can. I mean, you can. I mean, I got one guy. He has just stashes his sofa.
Right.
He says my sofa's full of silver. I'm like, great. But then, as far as on the IRA part, the metals actually go into the depository by the custodian, which is actually insured up to $1 billion against fire, theft, and loss through like Lloyd's of London. So your metals are actually protected. And just remember, your metals are actually an insurance as well. But yeah, when I say physical, it's like this kilo bar that I'm holding in my hand right now. That right there, and next time we're on video, I'll show it to you. But like a kilo bar, that is physical. So there's a difference between physical and then like COMEX, LBMA, which are spot gold. So spot gold and physical gold, there's two different entities there. Spot gold is if I was going to be buying gold in paper, right? Which we know what paper is. It's just someone else's debt. Well, I have this actual kilo bar right here. No one's taken it away from me. And guess what? If the gold or silver goes down in value, which right now the US dollar strength is impacting markets all over the world, and it's also negatively impacting like US corporate earnings on a go-forward basis. So, what the dollar is doing right now with inflation the way it is, it's not a good thing, especially for us, right? So eventually that dollar is going to be destroyed and then open up the door to a new world of digital currency, which is called central bank digital currency. And now this is one thing that's really important, and I would like to share some of this with your listeners because it's very important to know where we're headed.
Keep going.
Okay, so
first of all, you've 100% got me completely focused. I want to ask you before you continue, what is the difference? Because if you look at a Canadian maple leaf, or you look at a Liberty,
an eagle. Let's say an eagle.
An eagle.
U.S. Mint to RCM, Royal Canadian Mint.
Right, and so but those have a numismatic value because of the mintage of the coin. It may
That's
be
right.
it may be an ounce, right? But let's say I don't know what an ounce is going for today, but I'm going to pull a number out of the air and say $12.50. I'm probably
No. It's like 17.49.30. We're up like $1.10 tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, keep going.
I'm just pulling numbers out of the air. I'm live. I don't know how to think when I'm live, Alan. You got to go with me. So so 1,700. Let's back up. I thought that right now, okay, but the numismatic version of that is
higher.
It's going to be higher because there's a collector value tied
Absolutely.
to that.
So give you an idea. Let's play on that game of 1749, right?
Right.
So if we play on a game of a 1749, and let's just take a look at, like, right now, a 1 ounce. Let's just say a 1 ounce gold bar. Let's just say, right? Because I'm just like going back here and looking real quick because the trade desk is closed. So 1 ounce gold bar right now is 1831.36. So what do you got now? You got less reportability as well, because guess what? Spot value is all they're concerned about. Your market value is a whole lot different. And I can talk about that if you want to call in and find out more information on that. I can explain a little bit more difference to what spot value and market value is.
Now, okay, so at 1752, and we're looking at one of these numismatic coins. It could be anything from around the world. There's a lot of different ones.
Yeah, which are the better ones anyway.
But what if I wanted? Where would you? If I was calling you about that, and I said, "Man, you know what, man? I want to buy some Maple Leafs. I want to buy." Would you say yes or no? Would you suggest going in to just physical gold at 1752 and save the $500 because the numismatic market, the collector market, is subjective?
Well, that's a good question, and there's a difference between reportable and non-reportable, and that's a whole nother show. I mean, I can go on and on and on about that, right?
Right.
So, for instance, let's just say you're touching on the Canadian maple leaf, the gold Canadian maple leaf.
They're good.
Well, the Royal Canadian Mint, they mint millions of those coins, right?
Right.
But then they'll mint, let's say they'll mint an Arctic fox. Okay, an Arctic fox has the same amount of troy ounces of gold in it that the maple leaf does. You may pay a little bit more for the Arctic fox, but why? Because the Arctic fox is not a reportable coin. A maple leaf is a reportable coin. So when you go to trade or when you go to sell that coin, then they catch you in there for like earned income, just like you would have on a stock. And a lot of people don't know this. That's why it's smart for them to look into this and check with your trader before you get involved in any of this type of stuff.
Yeah, and I just love holding a gold coin.
Oh, it's fantastic. Just knowing that you've got it.
Oh, man. You can, I can stare at it for hours, and there's a weight to it. There's a thing to it. There's
I've always, listen, there's one thing I've always said, Jimmy, is I'm like, look, you don't get into gold as a get-rich-quick scheme. What it is it's a defensive measure. It's a way to protect yourself from when everything else is going down. And let me just touch on something. Look, the broadest form of government digital currency, the CBDC that, Biden signed off on the executive order. And you can tell by me, he's not my favorite friend. But Biden signed off on this executive order for digital currency. Well, the whole world is going to digital. And I want people to understand that CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, are not cryptocurrencies. The CBDCs are digital in form, and they're recorded on a ledger that is maintained by a central bank or a finance ministry, and the message traffic is encrypted. Following? Mm-hmm. So and that's where the resemblance to cryptos ends right there. So these CBDC ledgers, they don't use blockchain. And these CBDCs definitely do not embrace the decentralized issuance model that was held by the crypto crowds. So the point I'm making is they're highly centralized and they're tightly controlled by central banks. Think about this. If I give you a $100 bill right now, they don't know I gave it to you. They don't know where I got it from. They don't even know who you got it from. However, if I give that to you in any form of a digital currency, that is central bank digital currency. Now, not only do they know that I gave it to you, but they know where I got it from, right? So the point is, who needs bank accounts, checking accounts, account statements, deposit slips, and other clunky features of a banking relationship when you can go completely to digital with the Fed? And the broadest form of this government digital currency is going to become the central bank offering deposit accounts to us, the public at large. So individuals, municipalities, you name it, will all have these deposit accounts with the Federal Reserve instead of with a private bank. So now all these transactions can be traced all the way down. And what is that? That is, my friends, a tax authority's dream. So it's important to understand that a CBDC is not a new currency. It's just a new payment channel. A digital dollar is still a dollar. And a digital euro, for instance, is still a digital euro. It's just that the currency never exists in physical form. It's always digital, and its ownership is recorded on a ledger maintained by the central bank. So you'll have an account showing how many digital dollars you own, and they're going to be transferred by an app either on your smartphone or your desktop computer. And of course, in many ways, dollar transactions, they've already been digital. And most people receive money either by wire transfer, going shopping with your credit card or your debit card, paying bills, and all these transactions are digital and they're encrypted. The difference with CBDCs is that you don't need banks or credit card companies or even PayPal. And again, everything can be done through the Fed with a single account for payment and receipt. So CBDCs could actually just destroy the whole entire banking and credit card sectors to a great extent. So, these are the times that we're actually looking ahead, and displacing the dollar would actually involve a meeting and agreement similar. I don't know if you all know who the Bretton Woods Agreement was of 1944, but this agreement would take many forms, and still the process would conform to what many call the Great Reset. And I know we've all heard about the Great Reset. Well, things don't happen that quickly in elite circles, if you know where I'm going. And even Bretton Woods took over 2 years to design, and another 5 years to implement, even under the duress of the World War II. So the transition from sterling to the U.S. dollar are the leading reserve currency took 30 years from 1914 to 1944.
That's
so
correct.
It doesn't happen quickly, is what I'm pointing out here.
Man,
go ahead.
Well, we're about to head to a break. This is the thing, though. This is the first time that you're on the show with us, but you're going to be with us every single month, maybe even more for the rest of time. But for me and this audience to get this kind of information from somebody that not only knows what they're doing, right, Alan, but that is understanding of our community and our concerns too. Would you, the next time I have you on in a couple of weeks, could you take phone calls and
I would love to. And that, you know what, I love just reaching out and helping other individuals understand and get themselves and their house in order.
I'm watching the chat room. Bring him back, Jimmy. Bring him back. This is great. This is great. And I just watched in the chat room from about 30 people the word tangible. I'm like, you know what? They get it, right? So there you go. Hey,
love it.
Alan, you are the absolute very best. Where can everybody reach out and speak to you?
Yeah, give us a call. Look, I want to share this with you. It goes to our call center because I get hundreds of calls in here a day. We have several brokers on the floor. I guarantee you I will talk to you. If you ask for me, I will get back to you. No doubt about it. And look, anybody that gives us a call, purchases any kind of precious metals or anything like that, I do have a gift for you. So call me. We can talk. The number is 800-753-8534, and I'll be happy to talk to you.
You're the absolute very best, Alan. And when you're back on with this, you can tell us your alien abduction story. Alan Johnson, everybody. Alan, thank you so much. You're the absolute very best. And I look forward to our next conversation, and I'm going to come by the offices. All right?
Absolutely.
You're the best, Alan. Thank you so much.
Good night.
Alan Johnson, United Gold Group. Now, I'm going to take a quick break right here. The links for Alan's company are over on our website. We've got them throughout social media. And, of course, down in the video description box below. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. This is Fade to Black. It's Thursday night. It's Fadernight. I'll be right back with your phone call. Stay with us.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, VX.
2022 MUFON Symposium is in Denver, Colorado, July 7th through 10th, and it's on. If you can't make it to Denver, get the live stream. You can watch it live and anytime later. This year's theme is UFOs in the Spotlight. Our speaker lineup is incredible. Join Cheryl Jones, Peter Robbins, Michael Schratt, Kathleen Martin, Tom Reed, Paul Hynek, Peter Davenport, Dave Scott, Craig Campobasso, Donald Schmidt, Mark D'Antonio, and me, Ron James, for an exciting inside look at my new film. Newsflash, Congressman Tim Burchett has just confirmed that he will be making an exclusive live presentation at MUFON 2022. Tim is the most outspoken member of Congress on the UAP topic. You do not want to miss what he has to say. Sign up for our live stream. Get all 3 days of the MUFON Symposium, a 1-year subscription to MUFON TV, and an awesome free gift. What's the free gift? Find out at MUFONSymposium.com/Jimmy. That's MUFONSymposium.com/Jimmy. You do not want to miss a thing.
Hello, Fadernauts. Jimmy Church here, and I know what you're thinking. Lately, Jimmy sounds so fresh. He's so alert. He's so now. Well, that's because of biotech research and their new supplement, BrainPEAK 9. BrainPEAK 9 contains 9 nutrients that may help support brain function of memory, concentration, recall, and improve focus. Other memory supplements can cost as much as $129 for a 60-day supply. But right now, for a limited time, if you use the discount code FADER, that's right, FADER, just for the Fadernauts, you'll get a 60-day supply for just $49. There's no better time than right now to see what others have been raving about. Help improve your brain function. Go to BrainPEAK9.com and enter the discount code FADER. That's right, for the Fadernauts. That's BrainPEAK9.com. Discount code FADER. And the links are over at JimmyChurchRadio.com. Click on it now. Seriously.
This is Billy Carson, founder and CEO of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv is the fastest growing and one of the most watched networks in the world. And I would like to personally invite you to check out our expanding library of TV, film, lectures, and special presentations. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv has over 6,000 videos covering lost history, health, UFOs, spirituality, and our future. We are committed to our community, and with my personal invitation, you can right now get your own free 30-day membership at ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Your own library of information starts today at ForbiddenKnowledge.tv.
Because you never got that pony you always wanted. Damn it. Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the Game Changer Network.
Listen, I know, and you know, that you've always wanted your first crystal skull. Or maybe you're a collector just like me, but you just don't know where to go to find the real thing. Then I met Carolyn Ford over at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. Carolyn is the guardian of Einstein, one of the most respected ancient crystal skulls in the world. All of her unique skulls have been imprinted sitting with Einstein in his sacred lodge and are carved from the finest gemstone and materials. Imprinting is the process of receiving the ancient wisdom from the master skull or master computer, Einstein, the ancient crystal skull. To see Carolyn's current collection of crystal skulls, just visit her store at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com or click on the banner over on our site. Don't forget to use the promo code Jimmy at checkout to receive 10% off of your order today. That's promo code Jimmy. Finding your first or next crystal skull is easy. Just visit EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com.
Hello, I'm Katie, and you're listening to my main man, Jimmy Church, on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Hi, this is Ray Hobbs here, repping the planet, and you're listening to my good friend, Jimmy Church. Fade to black.
This is Toby Kebbell. You're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com. Don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier, and this is Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers. We're of the Honey Brothers. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier, and I'm Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers, and you're listening to Jimmy Church. The Revolution.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can become an official Fadernight by just going to our membership section at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Hello, this is Serena Wright Taylor from Conscious Life Expo, and you're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church, who holds the Lucky Pony record for the best astrological chart since 1963. True story.
This is Micah Hanks of the Gralien Report, and you're listening to Jimmy Church on Fade to Black.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Alan Johnson. He's incredible. United Gold Group. Give him a call. And we've got the banners over at JimmyChurchRadio.com, and I posted it up there. But he's one of us. He's incredible. And to have somebody that smart, part of our family, great company, just an amazing company, and very excited, just a full-on sponsor here. We've been running his commercials for a little bit, but to have him on and talk to him, just incredible. So please give Alan a call. He's real cool. Okay, it's Thursday night. It's Fader Night, 818-921-6929 or 323-275-9695. It's open lines all night long from here on out. Let's do this. Let me see. I've got things kind of out of order. So I am just going to, I'm just going to go backwards so I don't have to think. I've had an incredible day, but I'm sore. I've got to get in shape. I've got the new TV series and we're in the middle of shooting that. And I'm just like, man, I just don't look all slim and trim like I used to. And that's it. I've got to start taking care of myself. So I've been doing this now for about a month, and I went overboard today. I can kind of feel it though. I can kind of see things, but I just need some shape back. I need a six-pack. I've never had a six-pack in my life. Ever. But I'm in a great mood. Okay. All right. Do you guys know about what do they call those bells? Man, those things. And you think at 5 or 10 pounds, right? Oh, this is nothing. Right? Do that for 10, 15 minutes, and man, you pay the price. That's all I'm saying. Let's go to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's up first?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good, but you need a name.
Oh, this is Tanner again.
Tanner? What do you mean again?
Yeah.
When was the last time you called in?
I called in last week. This is Jesus Christ.
Oh, this is, I don't know you as Tanner. I just know you as Jesus.
Yeah, well, Jesus, I was listening to your show before, and I think they said that Jesus stands for Messiah and Christ stands for of the Christos, which is another thing that stands for Messiah. I don't remember exactly what it means, but I think Jesus Christ is more like a term, but my real name's Tanner.
Okay. All right. So when they make the movie, who's going to play Tanner?
I don't know. I have no idea.
All right.
It'll yeah.
All right, man.
It'll be interesting.
All right, Jesus. What's going on tonight?
Well, there was something I wanted to touch on, and you may not hear from me again for a while because, last week I went into the 1,260 days, how it's a countdown to January 21st of 2025, which is Inauguration Day, and that for the first beast of the earth, it's talking about those who will go into captivity will go into captivity. Those who will be killed with the sword will be killed with the sword. We're just talking about how they're going to take essentially I am going to take all the cops and put them into jail. and then essentially some people aren't going to survive and stuff like that, because it has to do with all these people that are being taken in jail for the drug war and people who have been killed during drug raids and stuff like that. There's going to be a lot of, essentially it's going to be like Judgment Day. You know what I mean? It's going to be a lot of stuff going on at that time.
Well, this is what's funny, Jesus, is that everything that you just mentioned, I never talk about on this show. It's weird. I don't do religion. I don't do politics. I don't do police. I don't do drug wars. I don't cover any of that stuff. Isn't that strange?
It's all aliens. It does go back to aliens, high-level aliens that travel around in orbs of light. And like when you see those orbs of light, they're the ones who are responsible for all this stuff. So like when you see Jesus Christ raising somebody from the dead or turning water into wine or something like that, what you're seeing is these aliens. I mean, I don't even know how they're capable of this kind of stuff. It's far-fetched. You know what I mean? It's hard to believe that any form of technology can cause something like that to happen. You know what I mean? But, essentially that's what's happening. But what I wanted to touch on is something real important. So it says, are you there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it says that for 42 months that the Gentiles are allowed to march. It says in Revelation, it says for 42 months that the Gentiles are allowed to march on the holy city, but they have been assigned to the outer court. And then it says that the first beast will rise. That's what's going to happen on January the 21st, Inauguration Day, and then he's going to rule for 42 months. And the 42 months goes all the way back to the first king who the Israelites ever had. They went to God and said, we want a king. God said, a king's going to rule you like this. And then they gave him Saul, and then Saul ruled for 42 years. So it kind of is an analogy to that, because essentially I'm going to be the king of this country, and you really don't want a king, but you're going to end up having to have one anyways. But after that happens for 42 months, then the second beast rises. And so when they say that the second beast rises, what they're saying is that he's going to issue this identification system. It's going to be the mark of the beast, 666, which goes to King Solomon received 666 talents of gold a year as gifts. So essentially my income is going to be about $1.4 billion, and I'm going to be taxing the churches as my income. But what's important to know about this is that the mark of the beast is like your thumbprint or facial identification. So your forehead's going to have to be exposed and stuff like this. And you're going to have to do this in order to buy and sell. And it says the second beast is going to make miracles of fire come out of the sky in broad view of the people. And what that is airstrikes.
Okay,
so
but Tanner, you're just reciting. We're supposed to be having a conversation. You know what
I know,
mean?
but I wanted to get to this one thing.
Yeah, but dude, it's overwhelming.
But think about this.
Okay, all right.
I know.
I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you. You're a nice guy, Jesus. I'm going to give you 30 more seconds, and then and then I've got callers on hold and things. Okay, go ahead. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Okay.
Okay. Sorry. So here's what's going to happen. Here's what's important to know. When it says the Gentiles have been assigned to the outer court, but they will march on the holy city for 42 months, and the second beast will come after 42 months of the first beast. He's going to have an identification system. He's going to do airstrikes. What that means, and I'm sorry to say this, but this is actually what that means. This is the messed up part, okay? Everybody's going to be deported from this country who isn't white. And then they're going to do an identification. And there's going to be airstrikes for people who refuse.
Stop.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on.
I'm serious. That's exactly it.
Come on.
Yeah, and it's
but you don't actually believe that. I mean,
know
seriously, no, come on, man.
If you've seen the stuff that I've seen, I mean, I've seen stuff on the equivalent of turning water to wine. I swear, they have shown me the craziest stuff. You wouldn't believe it.
I've done that in my backyard with 8 of my friends. That doesn't surprise me, but we're not going to deport anybody that's not white. Come on, man. That's just crazy. Nah.
Yeah.
And you know what? This country would be boring then. If I had to,
it would.
So yeah, it's not going to happen, man. It's not going to happen.
Well,
so that's it. It was. See, here's the thing, though. When you say things like this, most of the things that you just mentioned have already been in play for 25 years. And 30 years, 40 years. You go back to 1985, the first ATMs and the first ATM cards and the way electronic and debit card action started to come into play. I didn't see the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse trouncing up the street. And you know, there may be RFID, RIFD chips or whatever that are being used right now. I haven't seen God's image in the sky saying this is it. Here we go. This is the start of everything. And every president is the Antichrist. You know, beware, here it comes, you know, and so, and I'm not poo-pooing on religion. I'm just saying those that say these things, you need to make sure that they actually happen because they never do. And that's just my take. I'm just trying to be a realist about this. I'm a very spiritual person. And
it's upsetting.
I understand all of these things, but to say things like that, nah. This is when we
think
do.
About this. Think about this. If you're talking airstrikes and identification system, and it says the Gentiles are allowed to march
airstrikes where?
I know, but that's what it says in Revelation.
It does not say airstrikes in
It
Revelation.
says miracles of fire will come down over the sky in front of everybody, and it says an identification system is going to be required.
That could be an eruption.
What do you think that means?
Could be
what do you think it means?
It could be a volcano. It could be.
I'm telling you what.
It's not.
You know what I mean? Once you start thinking. I wasn't even going to say that it's going to be the deportation of minorities. I was just going to say, look, it says that they got to be here for 42 months and then they're leaving, and it says there's going to be an identification system, and this is obviously airstrikes. What do you think it means? And I was going to let you draw the conclusion yourself.
It's not obviously airstrikes, and I can tell you this: I'm pretty sure that Council of Nicaea, and they started putting together the books of the Bible, and they're compiling things, and they're throwing out this and adding that and changing this and doing everything. That the last thing that they were writing about was ATM machines and digital currency and chips under the skin. That's not no. I'm not buying it. I'm just I personally am not. I know that there may be some out there that subscribe to that sort of thing, but nah. And I'm just being very serious. And here's the other thing. I don't. Well, I do a little bit, but like in my pocket, like leaving the house, do I have cash in my pocket? No. When I'm getting on an airplane, do I have cash in my pocket? No. I have $5 to tip somebody with. I carry spare change. Everything that I do is credit cards and debit cards. Everything. That's my existence, and it's been that way for a long time. Does that make me a card-carrying mark of the beast? No. And Tanner, if you're Jesus,
I agree.
You know this.
No, I agree.
You know this.
A lot of people believe really crazy stuff. There's people that believe that vaccines are the mark of the beast. I mean, right. You know, I understand that. You know.
Yeah, I get it, Tanner.
People are Yeah.
I get it. Listen, I got to get to some other callers. Very interesting way to kick off Fadernight tonight, though. So I just want you to be safe, be well, and go out there and become king of the world, man. Do your thing. And I'll talk to you in a minute, man. It's time to fade to black. Thank you, Tanner. That's a great conversation right there. I don't know where Jesus resides. Otherwise, I would say I don't know. Did anybody catch what city Tanner is in? Here's the thing. And I was watching Jimmy Church is the Antichrist. I know, right? Hold on. Let's just pop that up there. There you go. Thank you for that, Joe. And these are all pretty interesting. This is Alan. It's all Zerd's fault. And hold on a minute. Here we go. Phil the Stalker. Oh, man. Always carry plastic minimum. Okay, this is from Zenzabel. Always carry plastic and cash. Minimum $100. Yeah, I've almost forgot what money looks like. I keep a little bit stashed for the gardener. I don't have a checkbook. What was the last time you saw? I was at the supermarket the other day. I'll get to callers in a second, but Tanner's call was fantastic. I loved it. I was at the supermarket the other day, and I saw a lady whip out a checkbook. Remember, everybody used to write checks at the supermarket. Everybody wrote out checks. I haven't seen that happen in probably 10 years. Anyway, this lady, and I thought to myself, I don't have a checkbook. So my gardener, I got to pay him in cash. I got to do that. And I always flip him an extra fin, extra 20, just to say thank you. But that's the only reason why I have cash in the house is once a month, man, I got to pay my gardener. If I didn't do that, I have no idea. All right, check this out. I'm going to share a story with you. If you're on hold, stay right there. I'll be getting to everybody. Check this out. 1995. Two things happened in 1995. Now, I had on my dresser, red vines. They come in that plastic thing, right? It's like a gallon-sized plastic. And that sat on my dresser, and that was my change. So I would come home and throw change, my pocket change, right? Quarters, nickels, dimes, pennies, into this red vines. And after, I'm going to say it was about 2 years, I had 2 red vine jugs up there on my dresser, full of change. And then I would take my dollar bills, and I had a dresser drawer. So if I ever had a single dollar or $2, $3, $4, whatever, single dollars into this dresser drawer. And that was my goal. So after about, and it's like 2 years of that. And it was around 1995, 1996, 1995. DVDs came out, and I decided to go buy a DVD player. And so I opened up my drawer of dollar bills, counted out $200. And I went to Fry's and I bought a DVD player with $201 bills. Okay. I took the 2 jugs of pennies and whatever change. I had no idea. I went to a coin thing at the supermarket for Christmas, and I was just like, I'm going, whatever this adds up to be, these are Christmas gifts for my daughter, Nicole. So I go and I dumped, and it was like, I'm not making this up. It was like $500 in change. And, but those were her Christmas gifts. Okay. That was the last time and the only time I ever did that. And that was 1996. After that, I stopped carrying cash. It was like the weirdest thing. And so because of that, because I'm not spending cash, I don't have change in my pockets. And I don't have change. I don't think I've got a penny or a nickel or a quarter in my home. I don't have change anywhere. I don't. And that isn't that weird? I don't see it. I don't have it. And at one point, I saved in like a year and a half, I saved $500 and change, right? But that was it. I haven't done it since. And that was 1996. It's going to be 30 years. This is 2022. We're going into 2023. That was 26 years ago, 28 years ago, whatever. Isn't that nuts? And are you the same way? I don't know how the world, I don't know. I don't see cash. I don't see people. I don't, and so I try to keep, if I can, $5 or $10. If I see somebody that needs money, I'll flip them a $5 or whatever's in my pocket. I try to keep a couple of dollars, whatever in my armrest in the car because I'm handing out money. But me spending money, like at a cash register, handing over cash, I haven't done that. I don't know. 20 years? It's been a long time. I have no idea. And I'm sure that's the way most of this country, I can't speak for the world, but I would assume that that's basically the country. I know that people spend cash. I'm not saying that, but I don't see it. I don't see it. I think if I saw somebody forking over money at a cash register, I would remember. I'd be like, wow, they're using money. Now, I'm not, I don't have a lot of money. I'm just saying that's how my life exists today. And that evolving, right, where I went from one thing to the other, I think that it was kind of universal. And yeah. I mean, you go to Vegas now, everything is printed out. You go to Vegas and you used to get those the dollar. You'd have buckets of dollars, right? And you go cash. No, man, it's on paper. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. That's the world that we live in. Jimmy is the Antichrist. I love that, man. Cash, they charge, what is that? They charge $5 to cross a bridge if you don't have Easy Pass. You know what? Okay. First off, I'm registered. I have Easy Pass. That's number one. But number two, every time I come up to a toll thing, I just blow through it. Brat. I'll just wait for the bill to come in the mail. I don't have to, what? Exact change? Toll? What? Nah, man. Blow through that. They read your license plate and send you a bill. They're not going to come and arrest you. I'll get to calls after the break. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. It's Thursday night. It's Fadernight. 818-921-6929, 323-275-9695. Who uses cash today? I mean, it's okay if you do. Do you? I'll be right back.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
Amigos, yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
The Believer is the chilling true story of Dr. John Mack, a renowned Harvard psychiatrist and Pulitzer Prize winner.
This is an outreach program from the cosmos to the consciously impaired.
He risked it all to investigate human encounters with aliens. The Believer, Alien Encounters, Hard Science, and the Passion of John Mack. Written by award-winning former New York Times journalist and author Ralph Blumenthal. Now available in paperback from High Road Books.
Introducing the Game Changer blend from River Moon Coffee that delivers a customized blend made specifically for the Fadernauts. If the game is rigged, change the game. It's a bolder cup with some bite. Game Changer is the coffee of choice for those that prefer an organic dark roast that is slightly lighter and milder, but it's still dark. With wild notes of pecans and chocolate with a rich, balanced, full-bodied cup that is roasted to perfection for a great coffee to start your day, as an after-dinner coffee or anywhere in between. Artisan, small batch roasted to perfection. USDA certified organic, all River Moon coffee is freshly roasted and packaged in the USA. Just go to rivermooncoffee.com or click on the banners over on our site and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. rivermooncoffee.com. Do you want to be an official Fadernaut? Of course you do. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. Just go to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com. Fadernauts, when you think about the future of our country and where we're headed, do you wonder about the food supply? I do. Disruptions in the food supply chain could be disastrous, and they usually occur with little warning. That's why the smartest thing you can do today is to stockpile emergency food, water, and other essentials. I personally recommend My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's largest emergency preparedness company, serving millions of customers for more than a decade. In fact, they're the only source my family trusts for our preparedness plan. You should too. Right now, save 20% off a full 4-week supply of delicious meals that provide 2,000 calories a day. Saving 20% helps too, doesn't it? Especially now. So go to preparewithjimmy.com and get ready. That's preparewithjimmy.com. There's no time to lose. Do it now.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7, with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA.
Hi, I'm Ray Sobbs, and I'm here to tell you about something I really think you're going to like. The UnX Network is a part of a larger group called UnX Media, and one of the things we offer is the quarterly UnX magazine, which is available both in print and digital formats. This amazing magazine covers all aspects of the unexplained and makes for a great coffee table periodical that is certain to spark enlightening conversations in your living rooms. We invite you to check out the latest digital issue for free. Just go to unxnetwork.com/membership and fill out your free membership with your name and email and become a new free member. The new summer issue is now available, and the theme is Time Anomalies, which includes a feature article written by our managing editor, Lee Spiegel. Just go to unxnetwork.com/memberships. That's unxnetwork.com/memberships and get your free e-copy of the UnX magazine today.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Reese Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I'm watching the ticker right now. The former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was shot during a speech in Japan, and it's been rushed to a hospital. I've been watching for the updates on this, and and here's the thing. I've also got another update here. The shooter is in custody too, as well. And nothing else. This is like, you Fadernauts in the chat room are very, very fast. And I was watching the reports come in here, and there was nothing on the news yet. But over the last 5 minutes or so, it's starting to hit. But everything is. The story is going to be updated. It's going to be updated. So I don't really have any real news. This is all coming from NHK out of Japan. Looking at some of the pictures here, and it looks like, from what I see, he was shot in the chest. And I'm looking at some of the pictures here of him on the ground. I hate to hear this kind of news, but this is a huge breaking news live during the show. So I'm waiting for updates. Okay, so that's all I've got now, and I'm just trying to. Wow. Okay. 818-921-6929, 818-921-6929, or 323-275-9695. It's Fadernight. It is open lines all night long. Yeah, I was being very serious about the money thing, and it was sometime last year, I remembered that whole Christmas thing with my daughter and the jugs of coins, and also the. I'm going to put you on hold. Stay right there. Just stay right there. You'll be first up. And the purchase of. I'm putting you on hold. Stay right there. The purchase of my DVD player. And it was like a strange thing for me to do at that time, and I'm bringing it up because it was all paid for with dollar bills, and what I went through to get all of that stuff done. Well, anyway, that's the only time I ever did that, and it was just shortly after that, my little tradition of my way of saving, dollar bills, just throwing them in the drawer, and then it all stopped. Like I didn't do it anymore. Okay, I lost. Let's see here. Okay, I'm just gonna go here. Oh, there it is. Okay, hang on. Just hang on. I'm going to go here. Next because this caller was on hold for a while. And then, anyway, so just, this thing that I did with dollars, and then that was it. I just moved over to plastic, and I just made this natural transition. It was just totally strange. All right. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. It's Debbie from Tomball, north of Houston. I called you, I guess, maybe a couple of months ago now.
Oh, yeah, Debbie. Yeah, Houston. Yeah, come on, Debbie. What did we talk about? Do you remember the phone call? Debbie? Debbie, are you there? I can see the call is live. Okay.
I'm so sorry. That's my phone. I hate my phone. It put you on mute. Maybe I should have.
I thought it was the aliens. I did, Debbie. I thought it
No.
was the aliens. I thought it was the aliens.
No, I haven't seen them.
Okay.
I've been dealing with eczema for the last 2 months, and that makes it very hard to meditate.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I could. Okay. That's almost too much information right there. But yeah, I could see. There's a joke in there. I'm just not going to do it. I was going to say something else.
Okay.
That's all right.
I find jokes in every single thing. Oh, by the way, I saw you for the first time on a live today. I just caught like the last 20, 30 minutes of it. I really enjoyed that, and I don't remember her name. She's a pretty little brunette, and she's into, I guess, ghost hunting and stuff.
Oh, you're talking about Christina Gomez.
Yes.
Yeah, she's cool.
I really enjoyed it. So a lot of the things that she was talking about, I'm very, very interested in.
Yeah,
so
right on.
I am.
Right on. So what's on your mind tonight, Debbie?
What? I'm sorry?
I said, what's on your mind tonight?
Oh, what's on my mind tonight is I just wanted to call and say, hey, that I'm still enjoying your shows. Not a lot has been going on. I've just been having some skin issues, which is not good when it's 100 degree temperature every day here. So I just wanted to call and say, hey, I enjoyed your live today. Do you do this every week with her?
I do, every Thursday. And we've been doing it now for about a year. And she is an amazing host. She's certainly, for me, I love to watch her facial expressions, and she's so smart, and she wants to figure things out, right? She questions everything, and I love that about her. But the other thing is she's just funny to watch because you know that she's serious. She's into these subjects, and her eyebrows, you can tell when she's thinking. And, concentrating. And she's just fun to watch. But the show itself is just full of information, and she's out there. She's out there chasing this stuff down. And she's really turned into an amazing show host. She is a lot of fun.
Well, my cousin used to ghost hunt. And I'm trying to get him back into that because he's discovered some, psychic abilities he has, and I want to explore mine. And so one of my hopes is to be able to go to like historical places with lots of energy, and to be able to go see, what I can see, I guess, with my physical eyes versus my third eye, when I have my experiences. I've never seen anything with my physical eye. And I want to explore my abilities that I have been developing, and I know everybody has them, and it's just a matter of wants or even being conscientious of having them, because I've always had them. I just never understood them because I was never, never had it around me.
Yeah, and being aware about it. I totally agree. I think that, and I think everybody's got it, right? And here's the trippy part for me. How many kids talk about their invisible friend, right? Now, what are they really talking about? And we as adults, just dismiss it as, it's active imagination. They've got an active imagination. You know what? Maybe they're seeing ghosts. Maybe they're hanging out with spirits. Maybe they have that ability young because they're not tripping out on what society's going to think about them. And then as you grow up, you lose those abilities because you are now becoming part of society and school and elementary school, junior high, high school, college. And the next thing you know, those gifts that you had at a very young age disappear. And for those of us that exercise that, you know what I mean, and practice that, can keep that going. I know as a fact, Debbie, and I'm not kidding about this, that I had strange things going on in my head when I was young. I had just strange stuff. And I'm talking about deja vu and visions of the future and these things that have carried over into my adult life. And all that tells me is that the world is a strange place. And we don't really understand all of it. We don't. The brain has so much power, so much. It's like the most unique, coolest invention in the entire universe, right? The brain. And we don't understand it. We don't understand the power of the brain. Don't have any idea.
We're just not taught what is the truth, and that's a sad fact. And I'm at the age, I'm young enough but old enough, and my kids are getting out of the house, and I have experienced my first grandchild. He's 5 years old, and I have listened to everything that he tells me, and I have always listened to the funny things that he might say, and I haven't heard anything yet. I do know that my daughter, and I did find out the baby is a girl. And I had a dream about her, way before my daughter got pregnant. And that was one of my experiences. I got to meet the soul of this new baby that we've got coming in.
Oh, right.
So I'm going to be very interested.
Yeah, congratulations. Congratulations. So this is what you do. This is what you do. You get a Bluetooth speaker, okay? You play Van Halen 2, right?
Okay.
Van Halen's second album, and put it on your tummy. Get them started young. Hey, Debbie.
Well, I do talk to her.
Yeah, of course you do. Of course you do. Of course you do. I remember when Nicole was born, and I'm in the delivery room, right? And I'll post pictures someday of part of this. Me in the scrubs holding my daughter, so I've got 5 nurses, a couple of doctors in there, me, and my wife at the time. She's no longer with us, Kathy, but she as soon as Nicole was born, she passed out, right? She was 24 hours of labor. So she's out. Anyway, she goes, Kathy said to me, she goes, "Is everything okay?" I said, "She's healthy and she's beautiful." Okay, cool. Boom, out. She was a trooper. So anyway, but I'm holding Nicole, and this is what I do. I couldn't control myself. But this is what I do. I'm holding her and I'm looking at her, and I go, "Remember these words. You can have whatever you want." Right? And the nurse goes, "That's so cute." But I remember. And so those were the first words my daughter heard. And today she calls me up and says, "I want," and I go, "Cool. I said it." and that's the beauty of it. And there is nothing like a child. Nothing. It's the most beautiful thing. So enjoy. I hope everything is just perfect. And I'll talk to you soon, Debbie.
Too.
Thank you for the phone call.
You have a great evening. Y'all, Fadernight, have a great evening and great weekend. And I will talk to you soon, Jimmy.
You're the best. Debbie from Texas. Thank you so much, Debbie. Enjoy your weekend. And that's a great phone call right there. That's a perfect phone call. I'm serious, too. I did. I looked right at her. I think I said something like, "You can have anything you want. Pick the car." I said something like that. And to have the nurse go, "That's so cute." And I often wonder when we I don't know what everybody else's experiences are with this. But when we were, this was at St. Joseph's Hospital in Burbank, so we're on the maternity floor, the maternity ward. And there was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there was like 5 delivery rooms on each side of the hallway. So there's like 10. And Kathy, at the time, she's having a hard time, right? So she went through, we got to the hospital at about 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night. And we didn't have Nicole until 5 o'clock the next day. All right. So do the math. That's 20 hours of labor. And I don't know how women do it. I'm just saying that. Number one, mass respect, huge respect. But here's the other thing. Up and down the hallway, I watched like 9 dads and moms, but I talked to the dads in the hallway, all had their babies and left. Right? We were 20 hours later, we were still there. I watched 9, maybe more, babies being born, just coming in. I'm serious. This one guy comes in. He was the brother of the lady having the baby. The husband was out of town, so he's there with his sister, right? They roll her in. She's, I think she was in a wheelchair. She comes in, rolled her into the delivery room. I'm talking to him in the hallway, and he's telling me, it's my sister. This is crazy. Her husband's out of town, and she called me. And we were in the hallway for like 10 minutes. Doctor comes out and goes, you want to see your nephew? We're like, what? I've been here for 8 hours. It was like 10 minutes. I don't know what went on in there, but it was like that. It was a half hour later. They're taking her out and putting her in a room, somewhere else in the hospital. It was crazy to me to see that many babies being born, and we waited 20 hours. Of course, everything was healthy and perfect, but what an experience that was. All right, let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Doug from Montana.
Doug from Montana. Doug, you need to be in radio, man, with pipes like that.
Hey, I was in radio a number of years ago.
In a radio or on the radio?
I worked at a radio station. You want to hear the story?
I do. Well, okay. I've only got 5 minutes. So how long is the story?
Okay. It's a quick story. Quick story, Jimmy. Answered an ad in the paper, small little radio station. Was looking for some on-air talent. I went in and made a demo tape. The owner called me back in a couple days later and said, hey, it's between you and another guy. And not sure who I want. And I said, well, I'll tell you what, I really don't need the job. I'm just looking for something else to do. And I said, I'll tell you what, I'll make you a deal. I'll work for you for nothing for 2 weeks. If I'm worth a darn after 2 weeks, hire me. If I'm not, send me down the road. And so I worked for him for 2 weeks. And he called me into his office and says, hey, you're hired. Here's your check for the last 2 weeks.
Oh.
And I said, no, that wasn't the deal. That wasn't the deal. I told you I'd work for you for nothing.
So how long?
I got the job.
How long were you at the station?
About 2.5 years.
Yeah, good for you, man.
Yeah, small little 5,000 watt station. It was fantastic. You remember the old reel-to-reel machines with the music?
Of course.
The big reels, and then the cart machines for all the ads and PSAs.
Yep.
That's what I cut my teeth on.
Wow, man! Nothing like reel to reel, threading up a reel to reel, and having your stack of carts and the cart machine.
Yep,
and making sure that
you know what
I did all of that.
You know what I'm talking about.
Well, I do. And then, it was really funny when carts, I'm sure that there are still radio stations in this country that are still running carts, but carts are like 8-track cassettes, everybody. It's like that. It's like, you plug it in.
Yeah, little bit beefier, but you're on the right track.
No,
Absolutely.
but I just want people to understand what we're talking about. You're plugging it in. It's a tape. But then everything switched to CDs. So these radio stations, they would have racks of CD players that were all automated. They would stack up, plug in all the CDs and hit the tracks, and all of that would fire off, and commercials and everything were on that. Then the digital revolution came in, and now everything is on computers. And that's it. That's it. Your playlist is selected. And then you just run through, and if you're lucky, you've got a live DJ in there that's talking into a microphone.
Yep.
All right, so we got 2
Absolutely.
We got 2 minutes left. You called me. What's on your mind?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna switch gears on you, Jimmy. Love your program. Listen to you, Monday through Thursday. Would it be possible a couple times a month running some Bigfoot information? I mean, up here in the wilds of Montana, it'd be kind of cool to listen to.
Yeah, I do. Once a month, I have a Bigfoot guest. I would say that every couple of months, I do a Bigfoot week where I'll have 3 Bigfoot guests on in a row. I love doing those shows. And the whole trick with that is finding the right information when it comes to Bigfoot and things. But I love Duke Sullivan. Duke is amazing. World Bigfoot Radio, if you've ever checked Duke out. But I have him on the show as often as I can. You just reminded me. I'll bring Duke on. He's probably listening right now.
I'm not sure there's a UFO Bigfoot connection there, but it's always interesting to listen to.
No, I think there is. I think 100% there. Now, not every Bigfoot sighting or every Bigfoot or every Sasquatch is alien or UFO connected. No, I'm not. But some are. And I find it very strong. Okay, look at Wookiee. Do you think it's a coincidence that Wookiee is in Star Wars? Right?
No coincidence at all.
No coincidence at all. None. And it would not surprise me if a flying saucer landed and Wookiee stepped off, right? Sasquatch, Bigfoot. That wouldn't surprise me at all. Not at all. No.
Jimmy, you're the best.
No, you're the best, Doug.
All right.
Thank you, man.
All right, Jimmy, I'll continue listening and fade to black.
Fade to black. Go Beckley Tepe. Thank you so much, Doug. And that's Doug from Montana. And he's right about that, though. Thank you for the phone call, Doug. Have a great weekend. He's right. I need to do more Bigfoot shows. There's no question about that. I love Bigfoot shows. I should reach out to. I haven't done this in many, many years. I should get Meldrum, Jeff Meldrum, back on the show and talk to him. So I could see that in the future. Love Duke. Bigfoot is interdimensional. Yeah, I think some are. I think there are interdimensional human beings, and there are some that aren't. Like I don't think I'm interdimensional. I think I'm pretty solid. But Bigfoot that's a strange one. And here's the deal. If the UFO community had UFO footage like the Patterson-Gimlin film, then it would be case closed on UFOs. That's how good that footage is. Why isn't it case closed on Bigfoot? Why is there so much skepticism around Bigfoot when you've got the Patterson-Gimlin film? If we had a piece of film, not videotape, film of ET, of spacecraft, alien, great, whatever, like the Patterson-Gimlin film, it'd be case closed, right? So why isn't it case closed with Bigfoot? I'm just saying, right? Right. That's why this is Fade to Black. All right, I'll do a Bigfoot guest next week. I'll do that for Doug in Montana. This is Fade to Black. I'm your Jimmy Church, Thursday night Fader night. I'll be right back.
Hi everybody, this is Rob Halford, the Metal God on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, BX.
2022 MUFON Symposium is in Denver, Colorado, July 7th through 10th, and it's on. If you can't make it to Denver, get the live stream. You can watch it live and anytime later. This year's theme is UFOs in the Spotlight. Our speaker lineup is incredible. Join Cheryl Jones, Peter Robbins, Michael Schratt, Kathleen Martin, Tom Reed, Paul Hynek, Peter Davenport, Dave Scott, Craig Campobasso, Donald Schmidt, Mark D'Antonio, and me, Ron James, for an exciting inside look at my new film. Newsflash, Congressman Tim Burchett has just confirmed that he will be making an exclusive live presentation at MUFON 2022. Tim is the most outspoken member of Congress on the UAP topic. You do not want to miss what he has to say. Sign up for our live stream. Get all 3 days of the MUFON Symposium, a 1-year subscription to MUFON TV, and an awesome free gift. What's the free gift? Find out at MUFONSymposium.com/Jimmy. That's MUFONSymposium.com/Jimmy. You do not want to miss a thing.
The Believer is the chilling true story of Dr. John Mack, a renowned Harvard psychiatrist and Pulitzer Prize winner.
This is an outreach program from the cosmos to the consciously impaired.
He risked it all to investigate human encounters with aliens. The Believer, Alien Encounters, Hard Science, and the Passion of John Mack. Written by award-winning former New York Times journalist and author Ralph Blumenthal. Now available in paperback from High Road Books.
Hello, Fadernauts. Jimmy Church here. You've seen me with my Thunderstorm. Now you can purify the air in your home and get healthy, clean, fresh-smelling air and eliminate odors just like I do right here in the bunker. The EdenPURE Thunderstorm uses oxy technology that naturally sends out O3 molecules into the air, which seek out odors and air pollutants in your home and destroys them. It's called a thunderstorm because it purifies the air just like after a thunderstorm. And right now, you can save $200 on an EdenPURE Thunderstorm 3-pack for whole home protection. With this special offer, you're getting 3 units for under $200. Seriously. Go to EdenPureDeals.com and use Fader3. Shipping is free and it's easy. Just scroll down. You'll see my name right there, Jimmy Church. Click on it and get your deal today. That's EdenPureDeals.com.
Are you ready to read about true paranormal events? UNX Media publishes nonfiction books about UFOs, ghosts and haunted places, time anomalies, cryptid creatures, and more. Just like KUNX-DB Radio, it's all about unexplained phenomena. Visit www.unxmedia.com to see our list of great book titles by Debbie Ziegelmeyer, Gene Walker, Devin Listrom, Wayne Lawrence, Bill Spicer, and yours truly, Margie Kay. That's unxmedia.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I only drink Fade to Black blend coffee from Rivermoon. Just click on the Rivermoon coffee banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Promo code F2B blend.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact.
Join us August 5th through the 7th, 2022 at the Drury Conference Center in Cape Girardeau, Missouri for the launch of the Midwest Conference on the Unknown. There are 3 interactive days packed with vendors, exhibitors, and nationally recognized researchers presenting on unknown topics like UFO UAP phenomenon, ghosts and Bigfoot, and Missouri's own Momo. The Missouri Monster, Cape Girardeau, has long been one of the most sought-out areas for UFO enthusiasts since the 1941 UFO crash. And now is your chance to be a part of the inaugural conference. Visit cape-events.com or follow us on Facebook at Midwest Conference on the Unknown for more information. Ex-listeners get 30% off by using the promo code XVIP. That's cape-events.com, promo code XVIP.
When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of fade to black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Yes, Rivermoon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today.
You want to know a secret? I love ponies. I really love ponies. I'm serious. I couldn't stay sane without ponies to brush.
Why Fade to Black? Because you never got that pony, damn it.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. Thursday night, Fadernight. Open lines all night long. 818-921-6929, 323-275-9695. I'm going to get back to the calls here in a second, but I wanted to show you guys something here. Hold on for a second. I just think that this is really, really cool, only because of that Eddie Van Halen. This is Guitar Guy 93. He says, I've been searching for 2 months and I'm still new. I can't end a night without these streams. And thank you so much for that. And anybody who's got the Eddie Van Halen Frankenstrat for profile pic is cool by me. And welcome to the family, Guitar Guy. This is a really cool place to hang out. And I really appreciate it. Seriously, that is very cool. So, and let me go back and do one thing really quick. I have to, you have to mark the comments. Otherwise, in this chat room, things just blow by. And they are never seen again. So a quick update on former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Yes, he was shot in the chest. A suspect has been arrested. A gun was recovered at the scene. Apparently, he did go into a cardiac arrest. Not the shooter, the former Japanese Prime Minister Abe. And he is in the hospital. I don't have any other updates than that, and that's where it is right now. That's just shocking to see something like this. It's always difficult for me when I'm live on the air, whether it's here, Fade to Black, or over on Coast to Coast, when something like this goes down live on the air. But you have to, out of respect and responsibility to all of you that are here on the show, and something like that happens, it needs to be talked about. I don't like doing it, but it's part of my job. So that is the update. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
You got me?
I no. Do you got me?
Yeah. My name's Pat. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Right on, Pat. Welcome to the show, man. What's on your mind?
I just wondered. I saw something on Instagram. Do you collect arrowheads?
No.
No, I just wondered. Anyway, I was collecting arrowheads.
You mean
one
like
time, and
you mean like Indian
arrow-
Yeah. No, I don't. I don't collect them. I don't have one.
I hear you.
Okay.
I was collecting them out in camping, and I found a Bigfoot trackway one time.
Oh, is that right? How big was the Bigfoot footprint?
The footprint was 18 inches long and about 8 inches wide.
Yeah. And how did you feel after you saw something like that?
It made me wonder. I work at a power plant, and I've had a couple of UFO sightings, and I just, I like it all, really. I like the UFOs, the Bigfoot. I'm into it all.
I remember it's funny, Pat, that you bring this up. It was a while ago, but I remember reading an account from a Bigfoot, hunter researcher that also said something to that effect, that he would find arrowheads and Bigfoot tracks next to each other. I remember reading that a number of years ago.
Yeah, it was odd. The lake level was down, and I was just looking for him washed out of the bank, and walked up on the trackway, and there was piles of mussel shells along the riverbank. And it was something. There was like 2 sets of tracks that went probably 40, 50 feet. It was interesting.
Yeah. No Bigfoot though, just the Bigfoot feet.
Just the tracks.
Yeah, it's and that was in North Carolina, you said?
I was camping in Kentucky, actually.
Oh, okay.
When I found out.
I would imagine. I had Cheryl Costa on the show last night, and we were doing UFO data, from around the country and looking at zip codes and counties, right? And there's, out of the thousands of counties that are in the United States, there's like 102, only 102 that have never had a UFO report. And so it's basically the entire United States. Now, I would guess, I don't know this as fact, but I think I would guess that probably every state has had a Bigfoot sighting. I think it's you know what I mean? I don't think they're concentrated in just the Pacific Northwest or Montana and Wyoming, predominantly. They're everywhere.
Yeah, because I'm from West Virginia originally, and there's a lot of sightings there also.
Yeah, and I think we picture the United States as just built up and populated everywhere. We think of cities, right? You were in Kentucky, you think of, Lexington, you think of the cities there, but most of Kentucky is forest, West Virginia, North Carolina. You think about it, North Carolina is a beautiful state covered in trees, right? How much?
Yeah. Mountains.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of UFO sightings here.
Yeah, there are.
The thing I saw, the size of a school bus.
And when was this?
When did I see it?
Yeah.
I saw it in April of 2016. It hovered right above our plant at 2:30 in the morning. And it was about the size of a school bus, and it hovered there silent. It had 3 lights on it, a red, a blue, and a white. And then it hovered down close to where I could see it through the trees. And then it came back up and just hovered there and then took off. It was crazy.
Yeah, what do you think? You think it was ET, or do you think it was our military?
I don't know, but a few days later in broad daylight, there was a few of us standing out, and these 2 Tic Tac things flew over top of our plant. It was pretty cool.
What do you guys?
A couple guys saw that.
Yeah, what do you guys manufacture at that plant?
We're a coal-fired electric plant, but we're close to a nuclear plant.
See, that makes sense to me, man. That makes total sense. That's incredible. That's incredible. Well, Pat, thank you for the phone call. Don't be a stranger, man.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. I was shocked when you were talking to me. I was like, jalapeno. I couldn't believe it. Anyway, I love your show, man. Keep what you're doing, brother.
Thank you, Pat. Behave and be well. And it's time to fade to black. Thank you, man.
All right. Thank you.
And that's Pat from North Carolina. And here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Very interesting how, he's digging, looking for arrowheads and then finds 50 feet of Bigfoot tracks. Thank you, Pat, for sharing that with us in a creek bed. And he also mentioned mussels, right? Shells. Obviously somebody was snacking. Makes a lot of sense. But the other part that he brings up, they work at a coal-fire electrical plant, and you got a UFO sighting above it. And then they had another one a couple of days later, and he described that during the day as Tic Tacs. I love calls like that. That's why Fadernight is the best night of the week. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, it's Jessica Rodriguez. Can you hear me?
Hi, Jessica. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Come on, Jessica. It's Thursday night. I'm talking to you.
So, how was your 4th of July?
It was great, Jessica. How was yours?
I saw fireworks lighting up the whole street. I just sat in my window and watched every house. Every house goes boom, 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 and then they had like grand finales, and then like the whole street went from like 7 o'clock till, I don't know, 2 in the morning. Oh my God. It was so loud, but it was cool.
Yeah, it was. Well, obviously I did 4th of July here on Fade to Black, so everybody got to hear, the fireworks. But after the show, I went out in the front yard and it was going off. And all I have to say is this, I remember I was in the chat listening with you guys.
Yeah,
it was great. It was great. But my neighbors, who everybody here is a scientist that works down the street at Lockheed Skunk Works. And let me tell you something. The Lockheed Skunk Works engineers know how to put on a fireworks show, because every one of these houses, man, those giant mortars, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
It was like every yard and a couple of the finales, and somebody, a few houses down, I couldn't see, but I heard how many people.
We could hear them through your comms, remember?
I'm talking about they had a party. Because when they got done with the grand finale, I was standing right out in the front yard. My neighbor across the street was standing out watching it, and we're talking to each other. Anyway, and the finale ended, and then I heard it had to have been 100 people shouting and yelling and applauding. I thought, man, they know how to do it. So this is what I'm thinking. Next year, I don't know how to procure. I shouldn't even be talking about this on the air, but there's got to be a source to get those mortars, right? To get those, and I want that in my backyard. I want to be able to do that. Just to stand.
I'm sure you're going to be able to get it.
There's a way. You got to meet somebody. Somebody named Sal. I don't know, some mafia connection, but there's got to be a way to get those.
We just go to New Hampshire and get ours. They have a whole bunch of them for sale in New Hampshire.
Mortars? You know what I'm talking about, right?
I don't know about those, but the fireworks.
No, the fireworks. Those stands are everywhere, but no, I'm talking about. I want the mortars. I want the
big boom.
Yeah, man, I want those. Go ask Sal. Somebody just said, I know. Just talk to your neighbors. Okay, Justin. Yeah, I get that, Justin. But, how do you do that? It's got to be pretty close to like buying heroin or something. You don't just go up to your neighbor and go, hey, man, check this out. Where can I get the mortars? You're not gonna do that. So I don't know. But I've got to figure out.
Hey, I would.
Yeah, I've got to figure it out. Okay, what's on your mind?
So you were talking last week about fade to black merchandise, and it kind of got my wheels in my head thinking. And you know how you brought out your jewelry, and I saw this thing, and I was on Amazon, and I had my husband give me like $500. I ordered like $500 worth of stuff to make all those things, and I got everything except for the little mold to put the resin in the, because I got the compass. I had to buy compasses. Take the compass out of the brass case, you know, because it comes in a brass case. I had to get metal, Merkaba, mandala, flower of life, Metatron's cube, all those stickers. They all come in metal, and they're for like making Oregon or
Oregon
pyramids and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I had to order a bunch of different sizes of those, so those all came in, but not quite the same as yours. And then I bought a whole kit full of all the little tiny stones so I could put them, you know, in with the resin, and I got to learn how to use the resin and everything. But it got me thinking. I was like, you know, if I got all this stuff and I got all this resin, I got all these colors, I was like, I would love to get like a couple of his aliens, like a little mold. Like my husband has a 3D printer. He's like, ask him if he has a code for the little alien, and I'll make you a mold, and you can make him some fade to black merchandise and see if he likes it. And hey, go from there.
Okay, all right. So I will. I'll talk to. I've got a couple of tech employees. And I will get the images and see. I'll have them convert it into a 3D printer code. And I don't know how to do it, but everybody does it these days, right? There's got to be a way to do it. And I've got I've got the people that can get that handled. And then I'll get you the code, and then your husband can do
that little alien symbol. Because I looked up the aliens. And I found an alien mold. I found a UFO mold. I got those in my cart. I'm about to get those. They're about to be here in like 2 days. And then, you know, the other molds for the, you know, compasses, because I just got those today. And I got all the stickers and everything 2 days ago. And so I got all that stuff, and I got the stones and everything. And I actually am going to get a skull mold, like a whole bunch of different sizes skull molds. So I can do fade to black like skulls, and I can do like really cool stuff inside of them, like make the brains look like there's like the tree of life with like all kinds of different colors. And
right.
I can do amazing things. I used to have my own little store, like making steampunk stuff. So I'm very good with my hands and like tools and making stuff and creative, and I've always been like that. So when you said make fade to black merchandise, I was like, oh no, he did not just say that.
Yeah, here we
go.
I
was like, I want to get on board. I want to make alien stuff that glows and that glitters black and has all these crystals in it, and you know, and they have these little lights for these balloon things that you can put in balloons, and you can put them inside the little resin things, so that your crystals can light up or your skulls can light up and everything. I ordered a bag of those. Like, I've got it all. I've got everything. I just need the code for the little things so I can start making little fade to black stuff and show you and see if you like it.
Okay.
And if you like it,
okay. All right.
do something big.
I'll get on that. I'll have that done. Hey, how about Christina today with everybody donating for her RV?
Yeah, that was great.
That was amazing. That was amazing. And
I was like, did he get that fundraiser idea from me?
No,
but I was like,
I was
so happy that the fundraiser thing got brought up and everybody started doing it. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
So I donated, a lot, more than I usually do. Usually it's 20. or 10 or whatever I can do. But I was like, I'm just going to do 50 this week. And then everyone started doing 100 and 100. And I was like, damn, I should have done 100.
There was 200.
I felt cheap doing only 50.
Well, and so, I talked to her after the show today, and she was just so
she looked
happy.
Like she was about to cry. I was like, oh my God.
Absolutely. And this is happening. I'm just telling you right now. She told me she's ready to go. She's going to do a little more fundraising, but she's set. And so there's just some other little things that she wants to get in place. But yeah, she's getting the RV. And remember, this is what's so funny to me. She's 5 foot tall, and she's going to get a big motorhome. Can you see Christina?
But did you see my comment where I said she's going to have to get one of those pillows to raise her up on the feet?
Oh yeah. She's going to have bricks underneath her feet to get to the pedals. But I'm excited. She is she's got plans. She knows where she's going.
She got me excited when she said she wanted to go to Massachusetts second. I was like, I'm in Massachusetts. I'll go see her.
Yeah.
I'll go hang out with her in her RV and show her around, bring her, I've been to Salem, Mass a couple times,
Yeah.
and show her all the cool places in Salem. Salem has got a beautiful graveyard. No, I don't mean to sound morbid or anything, but the graveyard there, people do their weddings there. I was going to do my wedding there because they've got this one tree that's black and it has red leaves in the fall. And I got married on Halloween. So, we didn't have our official wedding yet. We just went to the town hall, got our papers and everything, and said our I do's in front of the Justice of Peace. But we're supposed to have our wedding in Salem, Mass. But the day ended up, it was raining that day. My kids couldn't make it. My daughter couldn't get the day off of work. And my mom was like, so anyways, we're like, we'll just do it another year for one of our anniversaries, no big deal. We were going to have like a vampire wedding and stuff. My dress didn't come. Everything was just going wrong. So I was just like, you know what? That's just a sign that it's not going to work. So, yeah. Okay. Good.
Okay.
Sorry, my son woke up.
Yeah, that's okay. I've got to get to a commercial anyway. Jessica, and thank you for your support. I will get the code done. And just
send it to my Instagram.
Yeah, we'll get everything taken care of. So I want you to have a great.
Yeah, and I'll show you what I can do.
I know it's going to be cool.
Like it.
I know it's going to be cool. And I love the steampunk comment. I'm a big steampunk guy. So yeah. All right. So Jessica.
All right.
Behave.
Yep.
Behave.
Oh, I always do.
I'll talk to you. Thank you, Jessica.
Okay.
It's time to fade to black. Go back, Lee Tepe. That's Jessica. And she was hanging out today during that mad rush of fundraising that went down. That was really, really cool. And to watch Christina's reaction to that, because I'm telling you right now, the floodgates opened up. That was some real dosh being contributed. And I'm telling you now that this RV, this motorhome is happening. This thing is happening. And MC Ramen, I think we should get it wrapped. Let's take our break right here. I'll come back to more of your phone calls right after this. 818-921-6929 or 323-275-9695. It's Fade to Black. It's Thursday night. It is Fadernight. Open lines all night long. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
Hey, what up, Josh? it's your girl Vivica Fox here, and you are listening to my boy, Jimmy Church, on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Despite popular opinion, reading a book will not make you smarter.
But listening to Jimmy Church will.
Hello, Fadernauts. Jimmy Church here, and I know what you're thinking. Lately, Jimmy sounds so fresh. He's so alert. He's so now. Well, that's because of biotech research and their new supplement, BrainPEAK 9. BrainPEAK 9 contains 9 nutrients that may help support brain function of memory, concentration, recall, and improve focus. Other memory supplements can cost as much as $129 for a 60-day supply. But right now, for a limited time, if you use the discount code FADER, that's right, FADER, just for the Fadernauts, you'll get a 60-day supply for just $49. There's no better time than right now to see what others have been raving about. Help improve your brain function. Go to BrainPEAK9.com and enter the discount code FADER. That's right, for the Fadernauts. That's BrainPEAK9.com. Discount code FADER. And the links are over at JimmyChurchRadio.com. Click on it now. Seriously.
This is Billy Carson, founder and CEO of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv is the fastest growing and one of the most watched networks in the world. And I would like to personally invite you to check out our expanding library of TV, film, lectures, and special presentations. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv has over 6,000 videos covering lost history, health, UFOs, spirituality, and our future. We are committed to our community, and with my personal invitation, you can, right now, get your own free 30-day membership at ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Your own library of information starts today at ForbiddenKnowledge.tv.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, VX.
Are you ready to read about true paranormal events? UNX Media publishes nonfiction books about UFOs, ghosts and haunted places, time anomalies, cryptid creatures, and more. Just like KUNX-DB Radio, it's all about unexplained phenomena. Visit www.unxmedia.com to see our list of great book titles by Debbie Ziegelmeyer, Gene Walker, Devin Listrom, Wayne Lawrence, Bill Spicer, and yours truly, Margie Kay. That's unxmedia.com.
Introducing the Game Changer blend from Rivermoon Coffee that delivers a customized blend made specifically for the Fadernauts. If the game is rigged, change the game. It's a bolder cup with some bite. Game Changer is the coffee of choice for those that prefer an organic dark roast that is slightly lighter and milder, but it's still dark. With wild notes of pecans and chocolate with a rich, balanced, full-bodied cup that is roasted to perfection for a great coffee to start your day, as an after-dinner coffee or anywhere in between. Artisan, small batch roasted to perfection. USDA certified organic, all Rivermoon coffee is freshly roasted and packaged in the USA. Just go to rivermooncoffee.com or click on the banners over on our site and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. rivermooncoffee.com.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
Erica, Brittany, Gabby, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
It's not a lifestyle we chose. We were born this way.
This is KJCR at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. It's Thursday night, Fader night. I've got one segment left. I've cleared out the phone line, so if you want to get through, now's the time to do it. 818-921-6929 or 275-9695. 818-921-6929 or 323-275-9695. I've got no updates on Japan's former prime minister who was shot in the chest. I do have one little update. He is in full cardio arrest, and the heart right now isn't functioning. He was shot in the chest. So there is that. And the other thing that I do have here, and I'm just going to relay this, that the full, he's in a state of cardiopulmonary arrest, which means he has a sudden loss of heart function and he's not breathing. So that's the latest update. That's from CNN. Everybody is pretty much reporting the exact same thing, and it's also coming in from Reuters as well. Okay. 818-921-6929 or 323-275-9695. One of the questions that I had earlier tonight, and it's a weird one because Jesus called in, which is money. Oh. Right here. EdenPURE Thunderstorm. They've got a 3-pack special going on. I had such excitement today going through the show and having Alan Johnson on and everything. I didn't show you guys my EdenPURE Thunderstorm. And they have a 3-pack special. You can save $200 and free shipping on these. So get yours now. Get 3. You're going to have one for your bathroom, your kitchen, right? One for your car. It's USB. I use USB, but you can also plug it straight in to the wall. Okay, so it's all simple to do. Get your EdenPURE Thunderstorm right now. And I'm putting you on hold. Stay right there. You'll be next up. And don't go anywhere. And I'm saying the same thing to you. I'm putting you on hold. You'll be next up. Stay right there. And okay, everybody just slow down for a second. And I am going to go here. All right, let's see who's up next. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Dan.
This is
How
who?
you doing?
This is who?
Dan from Minnesota.
Dan from Minnesota. How are you, man? What's going on?
Pretty good. How was your 4th of July?
I was on the air. I did a show on the 4th of July. It was great.
Well, they defunded the police up here, and so it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, good luck with that. But yeah, that's a scary thought to me. It's just a completely scary thought. So there you go. All right.
Well, this is what they do. Normally, the cops would come around after a couple big ones, but this year they just let you. It was free for all, and mixing a little of that DMT, and the 4th of July, which is usually no big deal, became fun all of a sudden.
Well, I don't know about Minnesota or where you are, but let me tell you something. Southern California, Burbank, Sylmar, San Fernando, downtown Los Angeles, and then going to East LA and place. Man, you have never seen so much illegal fireworks. You would think that it was Iraq.
I was wondering where you're going with that.
So, I mean, it's crazy here. And there's just no way. I'm just saying the law enforcement here is in total relax mode. You can't arrest the entire city, and that's it. I think that the fire departments are on watch because we have fires here, every year. And
that's what someone told me that a couple of homeless camps caught on fire.
Yeah,
I know a couple of people that live out there.
Yeah, I didn't see any of that, but you just let people, especially after, the pandemic is over and stuff, you got to let people just release that energy, man. Just let it go. Ain't anybody getting hurt as long as it doesn't get out of control. Just let it go. And that's what they do. And man, I'm all for it. I'm telling you, man, next year I'm going to have a fireworks show in my back. I saw what my neighbors were doing. I'm like, you know what? I want some of that action. I want to be able to go.
Well, yeah, it ain't that big of a deal to get a hold of them either. I mean, you can get a 7-inch mortar pretty easy.
Well, I'm gonna try to figure that out. I shouldn't be talking about this on the air, but here's the deal. There is a sound, right, when your neighbors are, letting those mortars go. That sound, I want.
Yeah, you feel it in your chest.
I want that. It's such you hear it, right? And you're like, dude. And what does that look like in the backyard?
It's the report. See, it ain't even the colors don't even that ain't effective. It's called the report. It's the explosion inside the shell.
Yeah.
9-inch shells.
Yeah.
But the big thing is the PVC tubing. You got to have the right grade tubing, otherwise you'll end up with plastic shrapnel flying all over the place.
Totally. I'll get into it. I'll find out what needs to be done. But man, I love that sound. And
you got a neighbor that'll come over there and set you straight probably with something.
I've got like 20 of them. I'm telling you, man, I was watching it go on all around me. I didn't see any police. I didn't see any fire trucks. I didn't see anything going on. And I'm just listening to it from the left and from the right.
They never used to let that stuff go before. I mean, you even M80 did bring in half the police force.
Man, you remember that? You remember when M80s were like a big deal, right?
Oh, silver salutes, cherry bombs. Yep.
Yeah, black cats. And you were just like you were in if you had some M80s. Well, these mortars are a whole. I'm serious, man. It takes things to. I wonder what they cost. Per shot. Do you have any idea? What do they cost?
Well,
I don't. What is it? $20?
For what? Pardon me, or
no, for the shells, the mortar shells.
Oh yeah, you're over $100. They start at $100.
$100 per shot.
Oh yeah.
What?
It never used to be like that, but a gallon of milk is $50 now.
Yeah, well, you got a point there. All right, I'm going to turn that over.
You don't want to buy a cheap one.
Okay, I'm going to turn this over to the chat room. How much are the fireworks for mortars per shot? Per shot. Not for the mortar tube. I mean, for what you put in the mortar tube. How much do those cost? And so let's see what we've got some pyromaniacs in the chat room.
I can about imagine. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So Dan, what's on your mind? What's going on?
No, that was it. I was just saying DMT really made it fun this year. During ayahuasca and stuff like that, but I can't afford that. We just went with made it a little bit more. Normally I didn't really celebrate the 4th. But that made it even, that made it like, it was just.
I'm sure it did. I've lost control of this show, Dan. I've lost control of this show. Hey, man, enjoy your night, and thank you so much. Okay. It's a great phone call. DMT and fireworks in Minnesota. Thank you so much for that, Dan. I haven't done DMT, so I don't know what that would be like. But let me back up here. Man, I'm doing the same thing that I did before, and I thought I had it sussed out. So it's really weird. The calls that I've been putting on hold, they're stashed somewhere, and I can't find them. It's like it's bizarre. It's bizarre. And when I see them hang up, it's like, wait a minute, they're not in this list. So I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live.
This is Crystal.
What's that?
Yeah, me.
This is Crystal.
Crystal?
Crystal.
Okay, you've got to speak into the phone. It sounds alien. Are we going to try this again? Hello. You're live on the air. This is live. I'm just letting you know. Okay. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. I don't know what to do. Okay, that's it. 3, 2, 1. And I gave that my best shot right there. Okay, I don't know how. There's a whole list of calls that are on hold that are not in front of me. And I swear on everybody, on everything that is holy, I don't know how to access them. I'm just telling you right now, it's really, really weird. And I thought I had all of this figured out. So anyway, I'm not going to do it on the air. I don't know how to do it. And I thought that I had it sussed out where I had both call banks listed together. Now they're not here. And I can't, I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't even know which bank of numbers it is. 818. Okay, you know what? Somebody just call me on 323-275-9695. Don't call me on 818. Just 323-275-9695. And this will be an experiment. See, I just saw it drop. And I don't know. Yes. Okay, I'm watching you. But I can't access it. I don't know why. That is just weird to me. Okay. All right. Let me try this. Okay. See, you're going on hold right now. And you are going on hold. And you. Okay. All right. So now if I click over here, see, they're not here. They're not here. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. This is Mark from Georgia. How are you?
Hi, Mark from Georgia. What number did you just call?
The one you just asked.
Yeah, the 323 number, right?
The other one.
Yeah. So those 5 calls that just came in, right, on 323, I put them all on hold. They're all still there. I don't see them. And I only picked up yours because I didn't put you on hold. Now, everybody else is sitting somewhere, and I don't know where they are, man. I swear to God, it is absolutely bizarre. I'm
sorry you're having a rough time, my friend.
I think it's funny. And then I have this. It says right here, call screen, right? And I can switch to this view, but it doesn't access. And then I have this, and then I can go back to, it's just strange to me how they're gone. They're somewhere, right? They're on hold. I just don't know where they're at. Yeah, it's weird. All right. So where are you calling from?
Maybe it was CERN.
And what's your name?
It's probably CERN. My name's Mark. I'm from North Georgia.
All right, Mark. What's on your mind tonight?
Yeah, Jamie. First of all, I want to thank you. You actually one of 4 people that's inspired me to get into paranormal talk podcasting, and I just really appreciate your inspiration on that end. I have a research group, and the reason why I formed this research group is because I've had experiences as long as I can remember being alive within the realms of ufology and parapsychology. And so I have this, I have a hypothesis, and I want to share with you and get your idea on.
Sure. What is it?
So when it comes to UFOs and stuff like PK, for example, I have this hypothesis that there may be not only a connection between the two, but the same type of energy that drives PK may drive some of these UFOs.
Mm-hmm. Okay, keep going. I like that.
So this is because I had Dr. Barry Taff on my show last year,
mm-hmm.
and we had some pretty interesting discussions along these lines, and we've talked about it at length. And but at any rate, there's, for one thing, you have several when you're looking at things like poltergeist, for example. We have spontaneous PK at play. What type? We know a lot of times whenever these occurrences happen, it gets kind of cold, and there's these massive, sometimes very strong EMF spikes. Now, when there are people who I've had close encounters many times, I've had with and without missing time, and throughout as long as I can remember.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the close encounters I had, I felt like every hair on my body stand up, and that was right after I got out of the military. But you have the EMF factor, you have that factor involved, you have electronic interference. Something is draining power from these electronic devices, and what's fascinating to me is, could it be the same thing as at play when you have spontaneous PK, like a sort of 0 point energy?
Right. Possible. And I mean, I understand. I totally get what you're suggesting here. And the reason why I think that there's something more to it, and that there's got to be a connection, is you can, how do I say this? You can have a conscious connection to a friend that you haven't spoken to in 10 years. Right. And we've all gone through that, where you're like, man, I haven't spoken to Mark in Georgia in 10 years. What happens? Your phone rings. Right?
Right.
Right? What is that? So, as crazy as it sounds, if that is real and that happens, then having the ability to alter atoms at a subatomic level for spontaneous PK, for telekinesis, for ESP, for telepathy, for channeling, right? It just goes on and on and on and on. In that, if you look at the studies that have happened in a laboratory setting, with this, that it is possible to alter something in a very small way and have it measured, right? And I'm talking about at the subatomic level. So if that occurs, then this state of matter applies to everything. So your theory is correct. Right. And the ability to do this. Now, you talk about somebody like Uri Geller, or we could talk about remote viewing, or we could talk about entanglement, and we could talk about the hard sciences with physics, and that, if you observe something, you could change its state. Right. Well, that's exactly what we're talking about here. So yes, the answer is yes. If one thing is possible with this, because we're, how do I say this, so that everybody kind of understands what I'm suggesting here? If you are able to talk subconsciously with something and make a connection, like your friend, or a UFO in the sky, or telepathy, or have a connected dream with somebody, or even deja vu, right? If any of these things are possible, then one domino knocks down the next one, right? Because
That's correct.
It's only one basic thing. Mark, it's only one basic thing. You are altering the state of matter at the subatomic level. That's what's happening, right? And
yeah.
So yes, the answer is yes. I absolutely believe that. I do.
May I relate two quick experiences that relate to this that would kind of shed some light on some of this?
Okay, you've got time for one. I've got 2 minutes.
Okay.
2 minutes. That's it.
Okay, I'll give you. So we'll stick with PK. I was on with Dave Scott months ago on Spaced Out Radio talking about a lot of this stuff myself. You can go back and listen to the whole story. But we had an incident. I think it was like mid last year. Now I have a stepdaughter. She's almost 16. And one of the things that I've looked into parapsychology seems like a lot. Sometimes these what I call telekinetic biological amplifiers, for lack of a better term. I think that a lot of adolescents have that going on, and to some degree, because we had an incident one time where we came in from buying groceries one evening, and my stepdaughter, she sits her iPhone on the dining room table and walks away. And at the same time, as I'm walking away in the opposite direction, I happened to turn around and I saw her iPhone fly off the table about 4.5, 5 feet. And it was right after she set it down and walked away. It was fascinating.
Yeah. And do I sound surprised? Right? I mean,
no, not at all.
It's just the way that it is. Now, we don't understand what we need to do. Is we need to focus more, and I've only got 15 seconds and then I'm off the network, right? So we've got to wrap this. But we need to get serious laboratory focused study on this, right? And so if physics wants to talk about the multiverse, and they want to talk about entanglement, and they want to talk about 11 dimensions and string theory and all of this is the same thing that you are talking about. So if we are going to focus and allow universities to fund those projects, we need to do the exact same thing with the capabilities of the brain and what is going on here. We need to do it, and it needs to be taken very, very serious, because I think it all can be measured, and I believe that. So there you go. And Mark from Georgia, great phone call, man. Don't be a stranger.
Thanks for taking my call. I'll send you something on social media. So, you can check out some of my research.
Absolutely. Would love to check it out, man. Have a great, safe weekend.
Right.
Thank you so much.
You too, my friend.
Right.
Bye-bye.
On. That's a great phone call right there. And yeah. Right. When, it's so funny. It's all connected. Well, yeah, it is. It absolutely is all connected. Seriously. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer and UNX Networks. I want to thank Race Hobbs and Margie K and everybody over at the UNX Network. Get down there and get your free membership. Click on the links. Get your Thunderstorm. Yeah. Call Alan Johnson over at United Gold Group. Love the sponsors. I love the show. I love the Fadernauts. What an incredible night. Thank you guys so much. What a great show. Fade to Black is produced by Hilton J. Palm, Renee, Dennis, and Kevin. Announcers are Steve Harder, Gene Vitola, Mark D. Kovar. Webmaster is Drew the Geek. Music, Doug Aldrich. Intro, Spaceboy, spaceboymusic.com. Fade to Black is produced by KJCR for the Game Changer Network, and this broadcast is owned and copyrighted 2022 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network, Inc. It cannot be rebroadcast, downloaded, copied, or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. We've got a great week lined up next week. Oh, man. Whew. I'll let you know over the weekend. Until then, I want everybody to be safe. Have a great weekend, everybody. Go back, Lee Tappy.